Hi, this is Mark, and welcome to Recovery Freedom. And tonight I just wanted to discuss a characteristic about having a problem with alcohol. And that one characteristic is basically you being the judge if you're a problem with alcohol. And the reason why I want to say this as a characteristic, because having a problem with alcohol is actually, and I described this previously, is your decision. Only you can decide if you have a problem with alcohol. So in that decision-making process, I have a couple of questions that maybe you could think about and address on yourself. So if you don't know if you have a problem with alcohol and you have any types of doubts about it, then you can experiment on yourself or try this couple of things. And then if you can try these out, then you can determine if you have a problem with alcohol or not. And one of the first questions that I would ask, and maybe you could ask yourself or suggest, is can you have one drink and put it down and walk away? Like, so can you go out to like a bar? Whenever in a bar, any place where there's alcohol, and can you have like just one drink or maybe just a couple of sips of alcohol, a glass of wine, and just put it down? If you could successfully answer yes, without even thinking about it, like yes, I can have a couple of sips of wine or a couple of sips of beer and just put it down, then maybe you don't have a problem with alcohol. But if you just think about it and really get into it, like with your script, and make a struggle about it, then maybe you might have a problem with alcohol. So let's take it a little bit further. Can you go into a social situation in which there's other people, other people interacting and other people drinking? Can you go in there, like to a party or whatever it is, dinner, and not drink when everybody else is drinking? Can you be around people that are drinking, and can you interact with people? So this is a two-sided question. So can you go to a bar, a restaurant, or a party with other people drinking and have nothing to drink, feel comfortable, and interact with people on a social basis without needing the alcohol to interact? Now, if you can answer these couple of questions successfully, then maybe you don't have a problem with alcohol. But again, if there's recreating any type of debate inside of yourself in which you have to really give some thought about it, because these questions should really come naturally. So if you have no problems with alcohol at all, you shouldn't think about the answers. The answers should come to you pretty naturally. And like I said before, the only person that actually determines if you have a problem with alcohol is yourself. And I shared about this, in a previous episode. But if your friends and family around you that love you and care about you say you have a problem with alcohol, maybe you should listen to them. But then again, the only person who can really decide is yourself if you have a problem with alcohol. So, have you tried any of this? Have you tried to, like, if you drink hard alcohol like gin, have you switched to wine? If you're drinking wine, have you switched to beer? Because maybe you thought that, if I drink a lot of gin, I'll get drunk pretty quickly. But if I drink wine, I won't get drunk. If I drink beer, I won't get that drunk. Are you like rationalizing your alcohol consumption? These are things to really look at, in terms of whether or not we have a problem with alcohol. And let's say, that, all right, we passed the experiment of having, one drink or a couple of sips of putting down. But can you actually, go to, a party or, any place where there's alcohol and maybe have like, experiment, all right, maybe I have 2 drinks. What happens? Like, what happens when you have like 2 drinks? You want more. Like, is your body saying, your script saying, or will I want more? Like, what is it that goes on inside of you when you're drinking the alcohol? Because I know for myself, my personal experience is that I know that my script can play a game and say, yeah, you know, I can put down, like, I can put down a drink or whatever. But the reality is that when I'm having a drink, my script is saying to me, I want more. I want more. You know, give me more. And before you know it, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 6, and then the rest is history. So, you know, trying these little things, you know, just trying to have a drink, a couple sips, putting it down, you know, going into situations where there's people and not drinking, maybe, you know, switching. Have you switched from beer to wine or whatever so you're not having a problem with alcohol? Are you mixing? Like, you know, do you think that maybe if I could have like a mimosa, right? So maybe I have a mimosa, which is basically champagne with orange juice. Maybe I could have more mimosas. Are you thinking because you're mixing alcohol with another beverage that you put a little bit in it, that it doesn't really matter? So these are things that we should be conscious of if we determine if we're a problem with alcohol or not. Because, you know, the biggest thing about this whole entire alcohol and the script is that it doesn't want you to think you're a problem. But if you can just answer some basic questions for yourself and try it, you know. And I always say, like, try it. Try it on yourself and observe. Because, you know, to answer these questions or whatever is really good, but if you can practice it and try it. Another thing, you know, that I want to bring up also is that if you see somebody you know, if you're at a restaurant and see somebody that you're with, and you order a glass of wine, and the person only has 2 sips, one, maybe a second one later on, and leaves the glass 3/4 full, how does it make you feel? What is bringing up inside of you? I know for myself, it used to bother me. I'm like, what is this person doing? Wasting alcohol? So you have to answer these questions for yourself and determine your problem. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have a problem, like a problem, because you know, script is going to start really messing around over here. But it's just to be aware. And I just want to bring in the awareness of this whole entire topic of maybe having a problem with alcohol. And I'll go into more stuff and other episodes, but just bring up the awareness. Thank you very much.